Okay, so today we're going to get into something I think we all do. The weirdly comforting habit of rewatching shows we've already seen, sometimes over and over and over again.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You fire up your streaming service, you're faced with this endless ocean of new, critically acclaimed shows, and after what feels like hours of scrolling, you just give up and put on that one sitcom you've already seen 100 times. We've all been there. And if you've ever felt a little lazy or unadventurous for doing that, I've got good news. The science says you can stop feeling guilty. This isn't some kind of character flaw, it's actually a really smart feature of your brain, and it's seeking out exactly what it needs to survive.
So to really understand why we do this, we've got to start with what's going on inside our heads when we're feeling totally overloaded. Because honestly, picking something new can feel like a real chore. Think about it like this. When you start a brand new show, it's actually work for your brain. You're learning new names, you're tracking complicated storylines, trying to figure out the rules of this new world. Your brain is firing on all cylinders. But a rewatch, that's the complete opposite. It's like your brain gets to just clock out. It knows every joke, every twist, every outcome. And that transforms your screen time from mental effort into some genuine, much-needed rest.
There's actually a psychological term for this feeling. It's called cognitive ease. And it's that deep sense of relief your mind gets when it doesn't have to process anything new. In a world that is constantly screaming for our attention, cognitive ease isn't just a nice little perk, it's an absolutely vital tool for our mental recovery.
So we know our brain is looking for a break, but it goes way deeper than that. Let's dive into the 5 key psychological reasons that we find so much comfort in things we can predict.
So we've talked about cognitive ease. Now we're going to build on that and look at the other 4 big drivers. The need to gain control, to find social comfort, to get some emotional stability, and of course, that powerful nostalgic connection.
All right, first up, gaining control. Let's be real. Life can feel chaotic, messy, and totally unpredictable. So what does our brain do? It looks for a safe harbor. And your favorite show becomes that perfectly controlled little world. You know every single line, every plot point, and you know exactly how it all ends. That predictability just melts away anxiety. Because in that world, nothing can surprise you. It's a small universe where you are completely and totally in control.
Next, and this one is so fascinating, is something called parasocial comfort. See, over time, your brain starts to see these fictional characters almost like real friends. So when you're feeling a little lonely or you're just too drained to deal with real people, hanging out with them gives you this genuine feeling of warmth and connection. But, and this is the best part, it requires none of the social energy of an actual human interaction.
And that leads right into our next point, emotional stability. When your own feelings are all over the place, a familiar show can act like a powerful emotional buffer. Since you already know the entire emotional roller coaster of the story, there are no stressful plot twists, no sudden tragedies, no cliffhangers to keep you up at night. This predictable emotional journey has actually been shown to physically calm your nervous system. It helps you find your footing after a long, stressful day.
And finally, we have nostalgic connection. You know, a lot of the shows we love to rewatch come from a simpler or maybe a happier time in our own lives. Hitting play is like firing up your own personal time machine. It's really less about the plot, and it's more about your brain trying to recapture the feeling you had back then. You're not just rewatching a story, you're revisiting a version of yourself that felt safe and comfortable.
Okay, so let's put all of this together now. It's time to reframe what this habit really is, because it's so much more than just a comfort show.
First off, let's be super clear about what this is not. It's not boring, it's not unadventurous, and it is definitely not a sign of laziness or a lack of curiosity. Honestly, those are just judgments that totally miss the incredible work your brain is doing behind the scenes.
So here's the big takeaway, the thing I really want you to remember. That urge you get to rewatch the same show over and over, it is a highly effective, incredibly logical survival tool. It's your brain's smart, efficient strategy for finding a little peace, regulating stress, and creating a sense of safety in a very loud, very unpredictable world. It's not passive at all. It's an active coping mechanism.
When you look at it this way, you realize this isn't really about TV shows, is it? It's a window into your own psychology. It reveals this fundamental human need we all have for comfort, for control, and for connection, and the really clever ways our minds figure out how to get them. And that brings me to a final thought for you. The next time you find yourself pressing play on that same old show, instead of judging yourself, just ask a simple question. What does this choice say about what my mind really needs right now? Is it control? Is it social comfort? Or maybe, is it just a quiet moment of peace? The answer might tell you a lot more than any new show ever could.